was sent by a couple people, and I kind of had to put two of them together to make a very long question. First part is, why should voters trust you to represent their interests effectively? Or, alternatively, what experiences have you had that enables them to trust you?
Okay. That's a good question because I struggle with trust. One of my motto is trust but verify. And this is a Republican primary. I am a conservative Republican. I do not want additional government. My voting record will be online for everybody to see, my years and years of consistent, active Republican voting. I do not want additional government anywhere. And why should folks trust me? Okay. So, do as I do, not as I say. And I have lived a life of walking the walk, walking the talk, whatever that phrase is. As a farmer rancher, we are trained to do more with less. Again, when we have problems, we identify that problem and how are we going to fix it. And so I apply that to so many different things that we've done and done successfully in our life and building our facility. I have to come up with one example, 1 minute left, is, we built a biofuels facility at our farm up in Cook County, and we have a massive boiler up there. And one problem we had was first boiler out of Georgia said $2 million to pipe it, keep your checkbook open. They were going to bring in product and men and everything for 2 months, all the way from Georgia to do the install. And so we said, no, we're going to figure out how to pipe this ourselves. I've got 2 engineers here on staff, and I'm going to find where to source this. So I started sourcing. I'm not an engineer, but I started sourcing all of those components, and I think we did it for a couple of $100,000. And then I got with the state of Texas, and we had our inspection, and everything was nice and excellent done. It was a great sense of accomplishment, and building that more with our employees as well. They got a great sense of satisfaction. Thank you. So it's a lot to put thoughts into 2 minutes, but we're ranchers, we live in the county. I don't have city services. So we have always had this mentality that we're on our own. And put out pasture fires, driving a tractor real fast around in circles to put those out. But the point is when we did have an issue 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a very unique issue, and being ranchers with land, we constantly feel the feeling of a little bit of government overreach and that desire to push us off our land to sell for development. We're not interested in doing that. So I had to dive in and figure out what's going on and who's making these decisions on the county level on some big issues. And we were not getting the support that we needed. I was very frustrated seeing gaps in the process. Now, I'm one of those that you can't complain if you don't dig in and do something about it. So I'm here to do something about it, and I'm at a unique point in my life in that I haven't worked for anybody for 20 years. We're very ingrained in this community, and I want to see the growth be handled correctly and some of these problems, the deficiencies that I see. And all Denton County is pretty good, but when I identify deficiencies, I know that I can fix them. And I bring a perspective of wanting to run this precinct like a business, run that county portion like a business. And then I look at how have I run my businesses in the past, both in small companies as well as larger companies where I've managed a lot of employees and a lot of revenue. And when you're the one driving the revenue, you're responsible for the revenue side of the budget as well as the expense side, and managing people and motivating them and incenting them. And so I dig in when I find a problem, and I agree with some of these folks who said this position is about solving problems. And I actually enjoy problems in the sense that it's the new challenge. And I'm going to be the squeakiest wheel out there, but to come up with ideas and pull in resources. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, let me set a few facts straight. First of all, yes, the sheriff is working with 287G to work with ICE to make sure that any illegals that need to be detained by ICE, he will detain. Mayor, if I'm not mistaken, the city of Denton has declined to work with ICE at all. So that's a huge difference right there. Why do I want to continue being county commissioner? Well, let me just start out by saying I love this job. I love meeting people, I love helping with problems, and I think there are a lot of you out there who will agree. I'm helping to solve problems. Look at your traffic light out there on Cleveland Gibbs. That was thanks to the hard work and the leading on that I did. There are still projects I want to see completed. One of them is Strader Road. We need this one east-west corridor to go clear from 156 to 35. Another one that I want to see completed is, thank you, the county fire protection plan. We have been charged by the state with taking care of police and fire of the unincorporated parts of the county. Now here we're incorporated, we're in the city. So they are responsible for our fire and police protection. There are lots and lots of areas that have no municipality. We are responsible for those. That's what the sheriff does. He's our county policeman. And we have started an innovative and a very unique fire protection plan that ensures that the closest responder is who's going to come help if you have a fire or chest pains or whatever. Not the cheapest responder. I can tell you all, if we had time, a story that just broke my heart and then what God has started on this program. Several months ago, we had Lady County Commissioners Court, the opening of court. You're all welcome to come. You get 3 minutes to talk about anything you want. She came and told us how she and her husband had bought a house over in Prosper. I need to stop. You'll have to tune in again later for the end of the story.
Any questions?
Same question, sir. You got me repeated? You got it.
As I said in my opening, I've spent my whole life getting people elected, depending on them to do what they say they're going to do. I decided, after seeing so many problems, really, with the way the county is being run, our elections are part of what the county does. We had turmoil in the last presidential election, and they were going to let illegal aliens vote. They trained us on this. I took out my camera and I filmed that, and we put it out on the internet, and went viral nationwide, and they changed that. That should never have gotten to that point. The county commissioners should have stepped up and said, no, don't do that. I would say no. As we grow, we do need to grow in the right way. We need to grow in a controlled way. We shouldn't be opening up 20,000 brand new houses with a little bitty hole to get through 35. That's a step. And so my son and daughter in law enforcement, my son-in-law is a Denton County Sheriff. My daughter is a Fort Worth police officer. Public safety is very important to me. The county sheriff department is down 30% staffing. That's not good management on the county's part. And it's improved, it's getting better, but it still needs to be improved. There are many other parts of the county government. I decided to run because we don't need a county that has twice as much of a budget today as it did 8 years ago. That's not cutting your taxes. That's more government. And I don't want more government. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Gerard Hesworth. I currently serve as the mayor, and I'm asking for your vote for County Commissioner Precinct 4. I'm asking you to talk to your friends and talk to them about what you hear tonight. Share that information, and please contact me. I'm seeking their support as well. I think this boils down to I'm a conservative. I believe in conservative values. I spent the last 5 years fighting the woke agenda. I have over $1 billion worth of road construction under my belt there in the city of Denton. City of Denton is a full-service city, so our budget $2.5 billion. The county's budget $400 million. So we deal with water, wastewater, and I've been doing so. I came in as the mayor when the woke council members swept in office. And I've been sweeping them out ever since. I'm down on my last two. And so I know, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm proud about it too. It's been tough, but this group's helping. And so I want to bring that same energy to the county commissioner seat. I want to help with the traffic congestion in this area. It's not only just an irritant, it is also an impediment to economic development. We can't have cities that are working hard to bring in economic development and the county not come in and support them and make sure people can get to those places and shop and do those things. I think it's critical for the next county commissioner, which would be, I hope, I'm asking for your support again, to do so, but get very active at the local level. At every city, because here's something, if you've heard this before, that we've got to get a hold of the local taxes. When you're talking about lowering taxes, the state has done its job lowering taxes. The county has lowered taxes. But the school board and the city council, we're not active as a party, and not as much as we can be. I want to bring a new energy to that. Thank you very much.
For having us tonight. I'm pleased to be here among a lot of other fellow conservatives. So what makes a county commissioner a conservative? Well, I think there are lots of things, but one of the two that we know for sure would be taxes and then effective and efficient government. So let's look at those two things. Taxes. Y'all, I have voted 6 times to lower your taxes from the county. Every chance I get, I vote for lower taxes. And I've also been very involved in things that I think you are enjoying right now. First ever homestead exemption I carried for Denton County. How about the senior tax freeze that I know many of us here in this room are enjoying? That was mine. And I was delighted to bring that forward for all of us. The governor liked that idea so well that he did it statewide. So we've got some very important tax things that I have done that show that I am a conservative. I'd like to also talk about efficient and effective government. Let's put those two terms together and talk about roads. Thank you. We have brought in tens of millions of dollars into Denton County under sources to help augment our county road budget. It's been very, very successful. As a general rule, for every dollar that the county puts in, we get $8 back from other sources. So I think I'm doing a good job in investing your money. I'd like to also talk about something that came up shortly after I became a commissioner. Corruption was discovered in the Emergency Services District. We had to step in, and I did immediately. We replaced the entire board with some people that were not only professional and competent, but were honest. And then we went about replacing and preserving those firemen's pensions. That's what had happened. Those plans have been raided. We replaced them. I'm very happy to tell you every one of those were replaced at what they should be. Thank you.
How are y'all doing tonight? I am David Wiley, and I live in Argyle. 10 years ago, I met my lovely wife. I spent all my life in Arlington. I was born and raised there, worked with the Republican Party there. Back in the 90s, Tarrant wasn't the red stronghold it is today. We've got every office elected Republican countywide, just as they've done up here in Denton. And I was part of that movement then, and I'm part of the movement now. The Republican Party, getting good people elected, has been my primary goal. Get them elected, and then we try to hold them accountable. Maybe they go the right way, maybe they don't. Lately, we've gotten some great people elected, and they are doing what we ask them to do. These state reps, local people, they will tell you that they're doing what you want them to do. Sometimes you got to pull their feet to the fire. I can do that. I have them. Mitch Little, Andy Hopper, they both have endorsed me in my race. Former county chairs, Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Matt Rinaldi, they endorsed me in my race. I want to be your county chair or your county commissioner because the growth future of Denton County is here in the Southwest. All that open land you see from here to Wise County is going to have something developed in it. That's going to be controlled and directed by the county commissioners. Your roads north and west out of here, which haven't gotten built, need to get built. You have to have other ways other than that little bitty hole you got in the bridge over there in 35 to get through. And all the new stuff coming in, look west, look north. Let's build more in Denton County in the future. I want to be the guy to do that. David Wiley, thank you very much.
Thank you all. We have had a number of questions submitted from our electorate out there. We have in Robeson Ranch, all across the ranch, and we were able to kind of narrow them down a little bit. But now they will leave something out that you may want for an answer, but that's why we go through the process of gathering all this information. So I'd like to start to work our way down and we'll get a chance at it. Question number one is, and part of you answered this in your opening remarks, but why do you want to be precinct 4 county commissioner?
Okay. Again, my name is Gerard. I'm asking for your vote. And so why I want to be precinct 4 county commissioner is, again, to bring a new energy, a new focus, and to, the difference is, I believe, is that we have an understanding of what's here now. You get presented regularly what's happening now. What's missing is the forward look at things. What are we going to do in the future? Tom Thumb will open in a few months, and we've not talked about what we're going to do. So I want to start talking about what we're going to do. Start incorporating the ranch and other communities into what do we want 35W to look like? What impact can we have? What's already solidified? Let's look at those plans forward-looking as well as current. So currently here where we are, that's the current reality, but the forward-looking components from a housing standpoint, from an infrastructure standpoint, and then also from just a relationship with our state partners as well to make sure we're getting the grant funds we need, we're getting the opportunities we need, the jobs, that sort of thing. Understanding the county doesn't benefit from sales tax. So we have to make wise decisions there. And also, lastly, I want to bring the county's already focused on it, but I want to focus on safety as well. We've got to support Sheriff Murphy as he begins to work with ICE, as he begins to make sure citizens are here only, and then make sure our communities are safe and that they're patrolling, they're working speed patrol. Those things are gonna have my complete focus. Thank you.
Sure.
Experience in sales and marketing and operations, managing folks and budgets for revenue within the telecommunications and broadcasting industry. Prior to that, I received my undergrad in economics from the University of North Texas, and then my MBA from the University of Dallas over in Irving. After college, I wanted to mention the 18 years of corporate experience. It was a lot of travel and managing a lot of people, and it was a pretty crazy time, but I really enjoyed that part of my life. I am a Christian, was raised by Christian parents, and married to a Christian, and it's very important. My faith is very important in the core of who I am. When my husband Michael and I moved to Denton County, south of Argyle, we bought a ranch. We were cow-calf operation. We also built a farm in Minnesota and another farm in Cook County where we grow soybeans still yet today. So for the past 20 years, we've been managing those properties as well as started a family business whereby we were selling into the renewable energy industry some very specific controller applications. But all of that aside, the kids are in college now, they don't need me, and I told my husband that I officially resign as being his farm hand. I'm 56 years old, it's 100 degrees in the summer, and I'm tired of climbing over the side of a grain cart, breaking nails, and fixing greasy things. So, I'm here now, we're staying in this community, we're dying in this community, and I want to be a part of the growth. And so I want to bring my skills and acumen and experience to be the best county commissioner you've had in Precinct 4, to be the most accessible, hardworking, and innovative. And I thank you, I hope I earn your vote.
Thank you.
So the time frame that we have to answer some of these questions, some of our residents have submitted, it's going to be
2 minutes. Here's your record keeper, your timekeeper. 1 minute. Shut up. You get the cane. So we're going to start. Wonderful. Okay. And
we'll start 1 and work down to 4.
we're going to start at 1.
How long do we get for lunch?
And
Okay, 2 and 2.
2 minutes opening statement. 2 minutes closing statement. 2 minutes.
Okay,
That way we don't get any confusion. 2.
okay.
So let's start with, opening statement now.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up because I'm a Walker Standard. That's
Thanks.
you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Valerie Roars, and I think you'll get to know a lot of us, our positions on things once we get into Q&A. But I want to take a quick minute to go through some bullets about